What is going on, guys? Gia22 here today with another MLB free agent prediction video. You guys showed a lot of love on part 1, so this is part 2. I'm going to go over a few of the remaining free agent guys who haven't signed yet. It's been pretty quiet off season, with the exception of Giancarlo Stanton and Shohei Ohtani news. Of course, I'm sure everybody knows who's watching this. Giancarlo was traded to the Yankees. Ohtani signed with the Angels, and since then we've had some few more trades. Marcell Ozuna from the Marlins got traded to the Cardinals, and Ian Kinsler of the Tigers traded to the Angels. That was all done at the winter meetings, which just concluded. I'm recording this on Thursday. It concluded today, I believe, with the Rule 5 draft. Nothing much there. So, anyways, let's get right into the free agents. First up, we have Alex Cobb. Alex Cobb is a right-handed starting pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays, is a free agent, unrestricted this year. Put up some pretty good numbers. I think the best of his career. He had a 3.66 ERA, won 12 games for the Rays, started 29 games through 179.1 innings. Had 128 strikeouts, had a whip of 1.221, and a strikeouts per 9 of 6.4. All solid numbers, especially coming from a guy like Alex Cobb, who has struggled early on in his career, shown signs of what it can be, and really just a solid pitcher. He's got a great changeup. That's really what he kind of lives by. Age 29, so he will be, one of the younger free agents, pitching-wise. Usually you see them into their 30s when they get their first free agents, but around 29 is about an average, a little bit under average. As for the teams that are looking at him, he has been linked to the Rangers pretty heavily, my team. Cardinals have been looking at him a little bit. The Rays have been looking to bring him back. The Cubs. But the Cubs have signed a few other guys, so I think they might be out of it, in my opinion. Braves, Red Sox, maybe Orioles, a lot of those teams. So Alex Cobb could get in the range of $15 million per year. In my opinion, that's about what he's worth. Could get a little bit more depending on if teams are willing to overpay, if they get into a bidding war. Probably 4 or 5 years would be a good deal for him. Personally, for the player-wise, team-wise, I would say closer to 3 years, maybe with a team option for 4th. So my prediction is Alex Cobb will go to the St. Louis Cardinals on a 4-year deal worth $64 million, which equates to $16 million per year. That's a pretty good deal, in my opinion, for Alex Cobb and what he's worth. And I'm pretty sure the St. Louis Cardinals they definitely could use him, and anybody could use him. But St. Louis Cardinals, that is my prediction for Alex Cobb. Moving right along, next up is Jonathan Lucroy, one of the more interesting players in this year's free agent pool. Catcher out of Colorado this year. He was traded at the deadline from Texas, where he performed subpar. Ended up the year with a 265 batting average. Had 6 home runs. That doesn't really look right. Is that right? Yeah, had 6 home runs, which was interesting turnaround there. Known for his slight power and defense, it did slack in Texas. Of course, there were some other factors going on there, but he's a decent catcher. He's 30 years old. Definitely the number 1 catcher, in my opinion, available. Other catchers have been signed, Wellington Castillo, to other places, but Jonathan Lucroy really liked Colorado, I believe. I think, he really kind of wants to stay there. But other teams are probably giving him a look. Maybe Milwaukee wants to have a reunion with him. And maybe a few other teams. So where I think he will end up, I believe that Jonathan Lucroy will re-sign with the Colorado Rockies. Yes, that's my prediction. Jonathan Lucroy back to the Rockies, freeing up, or not freeing up, holding down the catcher spot, in my opinion. Age 30 years old, probably get about a 4-year deal. Worth, shoot, man, 13 years, $13 million per year probably for Jonathan Lucroy. So I think that's what Jonathan Lucroy will get. 4 years, $13 million. That's $52 million in total. Jonathan Lucroy to the Colorado Rockies. That is my prediction. All right, next up is Jay Bruce, left-hitting outfielder from the Cleveland Indians. Traded from the New York Mets at the trade deadline, I believe. Born in Texas, Jay Bruce is a really good left-handed bat. Is 29 years old. Numbers last year, hit 254 batting average. He's not really a big batting average guy. 36 home runs though, 101 RBIs. That's what you really look for. Slugging 508. Had a 2.9 WAR. All not bad numbers. What he's not known for is his fielding, and that is a big thing nowadays, is defense. But home runs, big, run production. So Jay Bruce will be a hot commodity among the among the free agent market. Excuse me there. So Jay Bruce probably will get about $15 million a year. He is 29 years old. Actually, he is 30, I believe, now. He turned 30. So, probably, I think he might take a 1-year deal, try to prove himself again. Although coming off a year with 36 home runs, he could sign a long-term deal. That's probably what he wants to do. But I think he will sign a 1-year deal worth $12 million. Nope, no. I think he will sign a 1-year deal worth $16 million with the San Francisco Giants. San Francisco has been in the market for some outfielders. They need to get some power as well. And I think Jay Bruce will be the answer for the San Francisco Giants. San Francisco Giants to sign Jay Bruce. That is my prediction. Next up, we have Lance Lynn, St. Louis Cardinals free agent, right-hander. Big right-hander, 6'5", 280 pounds. He is actually 30 years old. These MLB The Show ages are a little off. They're not really updated, as well as the attributes. Well, of course, attributes, that's not real life. But stats, they don't have updated stats on here. So I'm looking at Baseball Reference for the stats. So he had a 3.43 ERA last year, 153 strikeouts, 1.229 WHIP. Very similar numbers to Alex Cobb. A lot of people are comparing the two, saying they're almost identical, and they'll get about the same amount of money. And teams who are looking at Alex Cobb are also looking at Lance Lynn. Some teams are putting Lance Lynn over Alex Cobb just because he has been in the big game situations. He's commanded the rotation. He's been with St. Louis on multiple playoff push teams and a World Series team in 2011, though he was there briefly. But Lance Lynn, interesting player, coming off of a injury 2016, coming back this year, had a solid year. So Lance Lynn will probably get into the range of $70 million for about 5 years. So about the same as Alex Cobb. For the teams, same teams are interested in, the Rangers, Cardinals, obviously want to re-sign them, Braves, Orioles, even Blue Jays, a lot of those teams. So my prediction that Lance Lynn will sign with the Baltimore Orioles. Yes, Lance Lynn to the Baltimore Orioles. That is my prediction on about a 5-year deal worth about $75 million. A good pickup, Lance Lynn. Could have some good years in him. Could also, has some problems with his shoulder and his elbow. But look to the Lance Lynn to be a really good quality starter for the Baltimore Orioles next year. Alright, last but not least, we have Andrew Cashner, right-hander. Another big right-hander, 6'6", out of Texas. From Conroe, age 31, also played for the Texas Rangers this year. I had the chance to watch him a lot, being a Texas Ranger fan, and I have to say that Cashner was an excellent addition for us. Signed him on a one-year deal. He had a 3.4 ERA this year, had 86 strikeouts, 1.320 WHIP. You'd look to see those strikeouts to be a little higher, but nonetheless, he was a great pitcher for us. He was 11-11. Had some unluckiness, unlucky, I guess. I don't know how to say that, but not enough run support, and he did get tagged on the losses there, which I didn't think that he really deserved. So Andrew Cashner is a kind of a lower tier step kind of guy, step down from Alex Cobb, Lance Lynn. I think he'll get a little bit less money, around probably $13 million a year, $12 million a year, for 3 years. I think 3 years, 13 would be a good deal for him, both player and club wise. Teams that are looking at him, the Rangers are a little bit looking at him. The Royals, except they're kind of trying to cut payroll. The Orioles are looking around at him. Just pretty much anybody who needs pitching. The Cubs were looking at him, but not really anymore. Giants, Mariners, a lot of those teams. So, Andrew Cashner, my prediction of where he will get signed to is the Texas Rangers. I think the Texas Rangers will re-sign Andrew Cashner to about 3 years, $40 million, $40 to $45 million, which is about $13 to $14 million per year, depending on how you equate it and the incentives and all that good stuff. But Andrew Cashner, I think, will re-sign with the Texas Rangers. He loves being in Texas. He's from Texas. Rangers obviously need pitching. And if the Rangers, if they do not get Jake Arrieta, Yu Darvish, one of those big guys, or if they do, and we might also add an Andrew Cashner. So Andrew Cashner, my prediction is that he will re-sign with the Texas Rangers. Alright guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be posting pretty soon about my trading for the free agent, maybe free agent trading off-season video. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.